Racing isn't easy.
I feel like I'm afraid to say how I feel, to know I let you down. 'Cause late nights turn to days, don't wanna let you down. With each breath we give away, it'll never be the same. I'm chasing somebody who won't ever ease the pain, but I don't want half of your heart, heart, heart. You can have it back if it's only half of your heart. If it's only half of your heart. I feel like I'm afraid of the only things I can't change.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to round 4 of the West Coast Sim Racing GR86 series. Tonight we're coming at you live for one of my favorites. It's the legendary Oran Park Raceway, a fan favorite that might be gone in the real world but lives on here on iRacing as one of the most exciting and high energy venues on the schedule. My name is Sean Stam. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. We got a special guest up here in the booth with us. He's a driver as well as the league owner for West Coast Sim Racing. It's the only Warren Johnson. If he's got himself a copy real quick, he'll be with us. If not, he'll be with us in just a few moments' time. But before we cut to virtual trackside action, we'll take a look at these point standings heading into race number 4. Andrew Bound leading on the points with only a 7-point advantage over Joey Rainey. Then it's Stone Colby, Slater Colby P4 in the points. Brandon Birch, Nico, Josh Hunter, Joe Rainey. It's the Marvin Taters. Marvin Samayoa, co-commentator himself, 9th in the points. Then it's Igor in P10. Finally, we're able to cut to virtual trackside here tonight. Remember, this track is no longer with us, taken up, unfortunately, by the housing markets and such. But we got it here scanned within the simulator that is the iRacing Motorsport Simulations. This is a 12-turn, really fun, kind of treacherous, tight track. Really, only kind of passing zones that we have. I think it's really going to be turns 1, turns 2, and turns 12. Sitting out here out of Australia at an altitude of about 380 feet. Very cool and chilly, but nice day for racing here today. Temperatures in the 66 Fahrenheit range. 1.62 mile racetrack, 12 turns, and of course, oh that's right, you got that competition caution here at around minute 20 of the race. Take a look at our starting grid here tonight, brought to you by Overstockvehicles.com. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, Overstockvehicles.com, as well as VehicleBuyers.com. Starting grid is going to look a little something like this. Stone Colby, very fast in practice, as was his twin brother Slater. They're going to start nose to tail one another, 1 and 3. Positions 2 and 4 belong to Brandon Birch and Nico Colby. It's Andrew Bound, Joey Rainey who round out row 3, Jake Steckler, Marvin Samayoa, Joe Rainey, Amethyst Reese out of Crystal Gems running at the top 10. Benjamin Forant, Ali Ikse, Andrew, Colton Juarez, Igor, as well as Garen Colby, Samuel Donathan, Dylan Baste, Glenn Bratton, Demetrius Galagos, as well as Andreas Profana, rounding out our 20, count them 20, driver grid. And it's just like that. It's a standing start here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's already lights out and away we're heading down here into turn 1. It's really not turn 1 is the tough, tricky spots here, but really it's turn 2 and 3. That's where we're going to try and see where things do get a little bit of argy-bargy. Almost contact between Brandon Birch and our pole sitter, Stone Colby. Here comes Slater down the inside, and there's already a spin. Marvin goes around, so does Jake Steckler. We're going to continue to run out here up in the front of the pack. There goes Andreas Profana. Misses this spin earlier on. Look at all that gravel that gets deposited onto the racetrack. These race leaders are going to have a blast going through there as We have Ali Xay who goes around, Igor around as well. Andreas Profana once again makes some nice evasive action, misses another spin at the start of this race. I think Glenn Bratton is involved. He's making his way through it now, and we're still not done wrecking. Igor, somebody's there, and that's Colton Juarez. Back up to this battle for the race lead. Brandon Birch is trying to do it here. We've seen this from the last 3 races out of West Coast Sim Racing. Brandon Birch, he starts with the pace earlier on in the race. As we continue to crest lap 1 here, he's going to lead our first lap, take it away from Stone Colby, then Slater, then Nico. Andrew Bound runs in that top 5 position. Here we might see Stone try and make something happen here into turn 1. It may be earlier on in the race as these tires are still cool, brakes cool, but I heard from a few of these drivers, setup feels good enough that they are ready to go right out of the gate. It's already lap 2, a minute and a half down. We got 45 minutes left here in this race as well if you're just now joining us. Competition caution at around minute 20. Brandon Birch slows them all and woes them all down. And then Stone Colby, Slater Colby are able to get on the gas. Also 2 tires up and off the racetrack there for Stone and Slater. Up and away and across the hill we crest over that bridge. Slater Colby, his throttle traces sound a little weird there. Maybe a little bit of net code in that iRacing throttle input trace. It's Colby action all tripled up right now from 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Andrew Bound, Amethyst Reese. How about Crystal Gems, the 037? Wow, she gets loose as a goose there on corner exit as we make our way up and down and around turns 9, 10, and heading towards 11 and 12. What a save there for Amethyst. Got loose as a goose. Race leader goes around Brandon Birch. How'd it happen? I don't think there was contact. I don't think Stone was close enough to send him around here. This is out of our treacherous turn 12. Whoa, his left rear tire gets up on the 3D rendered rumble strips. Out and around, Brandon Birch will go. Take one more look at it here and we'll slow it down. Take a look at that left rear tire as he crests up and through the hill here. As soon as it kind of hits the curb, hits the grass right there, it just loops Brandon Birch right around. Stone Colby says thank you very much. He's going to bring Slater right there with him. Nico Colby to P3. Triple Colby action. 1, 2, 3.
You got a copy on me, Sean?
Hey, Warren Johnson, welcome up here into the booth. How's it going, my man?
It could be better. This mic wasn't working, but we got it going now. Seems like a pretty exciting race so far here at Oran Park.
Yeah, man, it's been a bit of a heater here. These opening laps will come to complete lap 3 and 4 this time. Brandon Birch stole the race lead away from Stone Colby on the race start, and then as you were just now joining us, Warren, there was no contact, but Brandon Birch had gone around in turn 12. Here's a look at this race start.
I saw a couple things. I want to see what happened to Jake. Did they just go wide, or did he get tagged by someone? Marvin went off. Looks like Joey went into the dirt as well. Jake's there. Oh, Marvin got in the dirt. Went right into the side of Jake Steckler there. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, any contact of the tires there into the dirt is just going to really send you. There's no saving it after that. It's a really, really slippery off-track surface.
Whoa!
There. As we have another spin into turn 2, again involving Marvin.
I think that was Demetrius Gallegos, and Marvin had nowhere to go right there.
Yeah, that turn 2 is just so tricky to get right, even in perfect conditions. But now there's a bunch of gravel and everything, as another car went around there. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, God. Don't tell me, but it might be Brandon Birch who had just gone around after there's 2 other teal cars. Oh, Jake involved as well.
Oh man, yeah, this ain't no little track. Oh, Brandon just sent it. Oh, that's hard contact into that concrete wall. We'll hope Brandon's wrists are okay there for sure.
Golly, rear tires lifted up and off of the racetrack. Here we go. It's going to be Stone and Slater who start to do battle here, heading into 1 and 2, Warren. We had that standing start here tonight at Oran Park to try and help with this kind of starting incident, especially through that treacherous turn 2. Like you said, gravel up all over the place through it right now. Slater, Stone, and Nico kind of tiptoeing their way through it, but somehow making it work, as well as Slater puts down fastest lap of the race last time by at a blistering 1:13.38.
little triple Colby action here. 1, 2, 3. Haven't seen that much this season, and we're real excited for them to be on the podium this time. You know, I think it's been kind of a rough start for some of these drivers, and you know, not quite used to having to climb back their way in the points. But it looks like they're on one tonight to get some good, valuable points back in tonight's race.
Well said there, Warren. I know I've mentioned here too. Oh, Slater Colby turned into a four-wheel ATV kind of there, four-wheeling it off the track in the 25. Warren Johnson, you have just done an immaculate job here choosing these tracks and car conditions. Couldn't ask more for better car track combos. And if you're just now joining us, point standings, Andrew Bound leading in the points. Joey Rainey, who had a little bit of a wobbly-wibbly start, still continued to run P6. Stone Colby runs in the top 3. Slater 4th, and then Brandon Birch. Oh, here comes Slater down the inside. Ooh,
That's a crazy place. That is just a wild place to make a move. Very risky for the twin brothers here, but looks like Stone is hungry. He wants that win tonight, and he looks like he's got it secured right now, as of right now. So let's see if Nico's gonna try to put a move on Slater, because now Slater's a little jostled up. He's on his toes now, but Nico's hunting. He's in the hunt. We're gonna see if he's gonna pounce.
So what do you do here if you're in the driver's seat, if you're Slater Colby, kind of admired in the meat of the sandwich right here between Nico and Stone there? Do you kind of focus more on offense, put your head down, or whoa, Stone Colby race leader gets loose?
That's what you do, is you capitalize on mistakes. You don't even worry about the car behind you. Slater here has got to find where Stone is going slower than him, or got to capitalize on any sort of mistake that's happening. That's the only way you get around cars here at Oran Park, and there's a lot of places where you can make mistakes.
Top on board with Nico Colby here, that first-person camera view. And Warren, take us a lap here around Oran Park.
Yeah, okay, so we come into this super heavy braking zone into turn 2. Kind of a double apex turn, not really, but it's just a difficult radius turn. And then you come in here into turn 3. It's a tight little hairpin-ish turn. Just put it right there through the, yeah, looking really good. This is the most difficult turn on the track for me. You got to be really patient on the throttle getting up there, because it's off camber. It'll throw you out into the dirt if you get on the throttle too early. So you pass over this really cool bridge section. You don't want to hit any cars there. It gets a huge pile up. This is a super fast right here. You're just lifting barely off the throttle, maybe a little light brush of the brakes as you go through here. Another light brush on the brakes of this super fast left-hander. This is my favorite section of the track. Everything from now until the final turn. These little S hill area, that's just a cool turn. There's a couple tracks out in California that have that kind of same feature, and I really like those. They come to the final turn here. You got to just pin it. Hope you don't hit the wall on the outside, and you're home free for the straightaway. Don't hit that railing on the right too, because we've seen plenty of drivers do that.
Yeah, excellent walkthrough of the track, and well said there about that kind of second barrier on the front stretch there. It definitely will peak out there if you start running a little bit closer and closer to the car up in front of you, as Slater does to our race leader. Warren, I can't help but notice that, but that sector 3 as well, it's elevation hungry. Looked like a dang roller coaster down that final sector. I think that really opens up some passing opportunities here on our white flag lap once we finally get there, if these drivers continue to run this close.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at Andrew Bound. He's kind of joined this battle. And the three behind them are kind of right up there too. You got Joseph Rainey, Amethyst Reese, Darren Colby. Darren Colby's putting another strong run in tonight, as he got P3 in our Thursday night race. I believe P3 or P2. That was an awesome race for him, and we're happy to see him up there, and we're happy to see him up here tonight. Looks like he did some practicing.
Look at the different lines that are ran there throughout corner entrance, mid corner, as well as corner exit there. Stone Colby really opened up turn 12, kind of tried to carry that speed, carried that momentum down this long front straightaway. Really the only kind of time that tonight that we're going to see some slipstream and draft play a factor. 10 minutes down, 10 minutes to go till around that competition caution. And Warren, you kind of alluded to it here. If our front drivers start to do just that, we're going to start to look at the Archie Barshi. Just look at Andrew Bound. He is stalking, creeping, making his way to the front.
Yeah, Stone got a little loose out there on turn 2. That will happen there. You don't want to get too far. You can kind of get away with it on the exit But anything earlier on than that, you're going off into the wall. So it's he's lucky to have held on to that car there. This is a super fun right-hander turn, super fast, almost pretty much flat out as you come into these two turns. This whole section is so fun. It's the best part of the track right here. Not really any opportunity to pass, but it is just flows really well. Another 2 tires dip. Stone's gonna maybe lose out to his brother Slater. He's gonna go for it. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about earlier. You got to capitalize on those mistakes. Slater was biding his time. Excellent patience shown from Slater there, and he made the move at the right time.
Well done, Slater. Up and through the roller coaster section. That was way easier said than done there, but Slater makes it happen. Does Stone kind of go back here for it? Not throughout turn 1, but maybe turn 2, or just kind of abide his time. Nope, here we go. Stone's gonna make that aggressive look down into the inside. Slater would love it. Door corner clear, but here comes Slater back.
Crossover, they're going to go side by side into turn 3 here. This is going to be interesting. Andrew Bound is loving this. This is just slowing all the top 3 drivers down. Andrew Bound is there as Nico Colby goes side by side with his brother Slater. We're going to see, are they still side by side? This is difficult to go side through here. Oh, keep it together. They're on each other, leaning on each other there through as they go through the bridge. Andrew Bound just lurking. I would not stay side by side. One of these two have to give. They have to preserve their race here. This is not going to work. Nico Colby's going to get the pass done. Slater, yeah, you gotta. He's good to back out there just a little bit, get in the draft again. Just look at and this is what I'm talking about. Look at how far Stone's ahead already. He's already almost a second ahead of his brother Nico and Slater there. He's already out there, and then Andrew, 1.5 seconds back from Stone, it looks like, and he just loved all of that. He caught right up through all those battles.
So our points leader, Andrew Bound, what was that, probably 1 to 2 seconds back there, starts to already reel these drivers in and talk about 1 to 2 seconds back. Warren, you said it best. Stone starting to crawl away with this race lead. Here's a nice battle for 7th position. Darren Colby, Dylan Bass going at it. Dylan's going to try to make this inside line work here in 1 and 2. Nice pass for the number 57.
That was well executed from Dylan there. Darren running the stock livery tonight. Wonder where used to have a better livery on. I think he had a different livery, but tonight he's running that stock livery. Not quite side by side going in there. That was a great move from Dylan. You know, he's been. I feel like he has some good racing skills and all that, and I think he's just kind of gotten unlucky in some of these races so far. But it's nice to see him in some battles tonight for sure.
And Benjamin forehand with a little slip and slide there as we have the 14. Samuel Donathan.
Car upside down. He's going to have to tow, and I'm going to send it to you real quick, Sean. I'll be back in just a second.
No worries, Warren. Contact there between Jake Steckler as well as Benjamin Forehand, and then Samuel Donathan. Oh my days, he's looking like an upside down turtle here tonight. All right, well, we'll first kind of have to break down this contact between the Scott Adams driver development of Benjamin Forehand, the 35. Here comes Jake Steckler. This is where the first contact kind of ensues there. Jake maybe a little bit deeper in the braking zone that he kind of anticipated for Benjamin Forehand, and then completely different incident here. Maybe Samuel Donathan was looking at that in his rear view mirror. 2 tires. Oh, it went to he had it saved for a brief moment, and then it's just too little too late, and upside down he goes. Back out to this battle for the race lead. Well, excuse me, it's battle for P2 here, as it's 1.3 seconds that separate Stone and Slater here. Nico Colby still sits in that P3 position. Andrew Bound, Joey Rainey still, he's cool, calm, and collected in that P5 position. This is a newer Rainey Homes Racing wrap that yours truly had put together here for Joey Rainey. Hopefully everything's a-okay and he's happy with it there. I think I need to update oh no, it's got the West Coast Sim Racing banner. Perfect there for Joey. He's got that right front suspension, dip, dodge, duck, diving and dodging into the racetrack there through the exit of turn 12. It's Crystal Gems, Amethyst Reese in P6, gaining 4 spots since the drop of the green flag. And still our biggest mover here of the race, it'll be Dylan Bass. Get ready to base your turkeys, ladies and gentlemen. Pause. Dylan Bass up in the 7th position, but Darren Colby, after going to school there, Darren Colby, study that move there through 1 and 2 last time by. Here we go, lap 13 this time by. Whoa, contact between the two. Oh, Darren Colby, save it, save it. What another immaculate save there for Darren Colby. It has been time and time again, probably 3, 4, 5 saves that I've seen that I can just put memory to here, whether it's Darren's fault or not. Darren Colby with some cat-like reflexes inside of the cockpits of these machines. What could have been way, way worse. Darren Colby ends up saving it after trying to make a pass, just kind of, here we got Warren back here. Warren, what do you see here?
This was wild. I came back at the right time. This was a little loose from Dylan into that dirt. That's the same thing we saw Marvin do. But look at the save from Darren. He was able to hold it on. He's going to lose a little ground there, but able to preserve the race for sure. But watch as Dylan gets a little too wide on that turn 1. It's the exact same thing we saw Marvin when he ran into the back of Jake Steckler.
Yeah, hard to get these GR86s slowed down when you have 2 tires down there in the grass and in the dirt there. And like you said, if we hop on board with Darren here, what a save. Look at his hands go to work. Or I guess it's really it's the hands and the throttle.
Yeah, that was impressive from Darren. He knows how to save a car from a good slide like that. So very impressive. He's going to lose the spot to Jake, but they're going to be battling for the rest of the race. And looks like he didn't lose out too much on that move.
All right, Mr. Johnson, we only got about 3 minutes to go till that competition yellow. Continuing to see Jake and Darren go at it here for a 7th position. Dylan Bass right there behind him. Benjamin forehand in P10. Andreas Profana, the Italian, running in 11th, gaining 9 spots since the drop of the green. What do you kind of see here as we continue to crest our way closer and closer towards that competition caution? I mean, Stone Colby, he's pulled away from 1.3 second gap. Slater and Nico at about half a second between them two.
Yeah, as we see the race continue on right now, we're seeing the drivers are kind of spread out now. There's not really much close battles going on. This is what happens on this type of track. The cars are getting spread out because of slight mistakes from each driver. I guarantee that's what's going on, because this track, like I said earlier, is really easy to make a mistake anywhere, the whole track, and you can just lose that type. I mean, look at that big gap. That doesn't happen from just regular racing, you know. Granted, there is differences in pace between our drivers, different skill sets and levels, but right now it's just managing mistakes, and looks like everyone's done a pretty good job so far. There's been a few accidents. This is definitely the cleanest Oran race start that I've seen in our league for sure, and on officials, if I'm honest with you. But so I think the drivers are coping well with the conditions today. I'm gonna go run some race control really quick, make sure that flag gets out on time, and I'll be right back with you, Sean.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Warren, for all that you're doing here for us. Man, we got to shout out Jake Steckler here really quick, because he was putting a lot of time and effort in our practice here before the drop of the green flag. Matter of fact, Stone and Slater kind of showing him around the track where to gain a 10th there, a 10th there. Jake Steckler, after a small slip and slide earlier, that 42 Apex Motor Club Toyota GR86 is showing some real nice pace tonight, running in the 8th position. Speaking of some nice pace, Slater Colby now sets the fastest lap. 1/10 faster than Stone that time, with a 13.27 blistering pace out of our race leaders. We'll check in 15th, 16th, and 17th. Demetrius Gallegos, Alexei, as well as Igor right here, having themselves a really nice quagmire of a battle between these three. Speaking of them, it's going to be the orange, red, orange, whatever you call it, number 19 Toyota GR86. Kind of start to lurk down the inside from our long start-finish stretch here. We'll see if he's able to make this pass work here into our tight and treacherous 1 and 2. That 003 is Demetrius Gallegos. There's the number 19 of Alexei. Nice pass there, but the work isn't here done just quite yet. Alexei washes up the racetrack on corner exit, able to find that throttle pedal, keep his number 19 moving and grooving up to P15.
That was a nice little exchange from those two drivers. I was surprised to see Alexei got a better run off the last turn there, because he was on the inside line. Usually you want to be on the outside there, as close to the wall as you can get. But he got it done. I think Demetrius probably checked up. But as he goes into the grass, that's a dangerous spot to be going in the grass. He gets it back on, moving and grooving on the pavement. But yeah, as I was saying, he probably checked up as he was coming close to contacting that last look. Well, that's a great save, honestly, from Demetrius there. Very impressive. But again, the last turn, it's really easy to tag that wall, and that's definitely what he did tonight. And as he puts another great save into the grass coming up to the bridge tonight.
Golly, nice. Nice reflexes there for Demetrius Gallegos. If my math is math in here, Warren, I think that the caution should come out here at about turn 11 or 12 of this lap. Stone, he's still up there out up front. Slater and Nico still triple Colby action. Here we go. Yellow flag is out. Triple Colby action 1 through 3. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get this. We're going to re-rack them, restack them. Warren, will it be a single file or double file race restart?
Should be a double file restart tonight. That's going to make it interesting on that turn 2. So these drivers got to be really careful going into that turn 2 with the double file rolling start. So we're going to see maybe the chaos that we didn't see on the first lap due to the standing start. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be an exciting race restart. We got that Ford Mustang safety car leading them down to turn 2. Great looking pace car right there. I put that one in today because I know the Aussies like their GM or their Ford and GM cars from America down there, the V8 power. As you see a lot of their supercar series, they have the Mustangs and the Holdens and whatnot in that series, and those are always fun to watch. The Aussies love a good V8. So, but these are not V8s. These are quite the opposite. It's about half that. And these Boxer 4-cylinder engines I have quite a lot of experience with in real life. These cars are just amazing cars. People like to question the reliability of Subaru, and they're rightfully so. But you can do a couple different mods to these cars to make them pretty reliable. I mean, I've gotten about 20 track days on mine with only oil changes. I've never had a single thing go wrong. These cars, this is a great car for enthusiasts. Obviously, these ones are the cup versions of the real cars. These are about maybe $100,000 more expensive than they are when you're buying them from the dealership. But these, it's a great car to race in, great tracking car. It's a great daily drive. I just did the road trip down to Apex Motor Club. I was about 16 hours of driving from San Francisco area down to Phoenix, Arizona, and then all the way back up through Nevada and Reno, came all the way back down. Car handled it like a pro, and I can't say enough good things about this car and this racing series. And as you can see, I mean, it's a great racing series indeed. We have a great league here with these cars, and I think it's mostly due to how nice these cars race each other.
All right, Warren, that's really well said there. It's like you said that these are the Cup kind of variants of them, but what was it like being able to drive your own there up at Apex Motor Club?
Oh, it was a blast, dude. I mean, it's just so cool. That track is awesome. One of the best tracks I've ever put my car on. I think it is the highest quality track, the highest quality track experience you're ever going to get on any track in America or maybe the world. I think it'll be hard to beat that place. Really fun, flowy track on phase 2 there. I haven't done phase 1 yet, but I'll look to do a track day there eventually. I'll make the road trip again in that car, and it's going to handle it like a pro. I know it will. And just great people, meeting the Colbys and Brandon and Jake, and the Rainies. Great people all around, and we're glad to have them in our league. And it was great to meet them in real life and not race with them on track, but drive with them on the same track. Similar cars. Got to drive one of those MX-5 Cup cars, and that was really exciting. And I'm still working to convince them to get one of these cars, the GR Cup cars, but we'll see how that goes in the future.
A lot of fun to put some names to some faces to some names up there out of Maricopa, Arizona. I think, like you said, we're in one of the most prestigious racing facilities that's up there in Phoenix, and man, a lot of fun. And I was going to mention this earlier, but the drone work that we kind of did out there, you and I, Warren, I am starting to see so many similarities between Stone and Slater, even Nico, all these drivers that we saw that drive within this sim racing universe, start to see their kind of nuances take place, and as they do battle within real life racing. You got a little bit of a margin, you got that little bit of a gap here to help you in sim racing world, with that being the reset button. But it's a lot of fun to watch, seeing these similarities come back and into play here. Speaking of those similarities, Stone and Slater and Nico, we've seen fast. Let's lights out, and it's race restart time. Go. Stone, Colby is on the gas. He catches him sleeping.
That was a great restart from Stone Colby there. Pretty much, you could not get better than that. as they come down the main straight. Let's watch for this turn 1, turn 2 action. I know we're going to see some craziness. It looks like they've kind of filed in with each other, so might not see anything too crazy. Let's check for the back of the field. They're side by side with Slater and Nico. They make a little contact. What a save from Nico Colby.
Well,
Oh
a big puff of smoke. Now we're going to start to run 3, and then there's a spin.
one.
Oh, Joe Rainey has nowhere to go.
Joe Rain, I believe that's Andres Profena, if I'm not mistaken, got hit. He got turned around somehow, and that is a very normal thing to happen. But I mean, other than that, that was a very clean restart, and I'm very, very happy with my guys right now on that one. So unfortunate for Joe, he got a little backed up there, P14. I'll look for him to get into the P10. I think he's going to be able to do that quite easily. He's a very skilled driver here. They make their way through the middle sector of the track, and they're coming down to the last few turns. Stone Colby putting on a great show tonight with his twin brother Slater and little brother Nico behind him.
How about father of him, Darren Colby? He has another really nice start to this race. He makes his way up to 8th place. That's 7th gains since the drop of the green flag, and now we will start to kind of single file it down here at our front straightaway.
Yeah, they've kind of, filed in with each other here. We're waiting to see what Darren does here. I want to see what if Darren's going to put a move on Amethyst. Let's check it.
Whoa!
Little bump. That's racing, though. That's how it goes with Darren and everybody racing. These cars like to bump, and they rub on each other all the time, and ayo. And these cars can totally handle it. It gets a little wide there from Darren. He's going to lose a little speed going to that turn right before the bridge, but that's honestly a good thing. You don't want to be going too quick through that turn. It's really easy to get the car loose, especially now that the tires have kind of cooled down and they're just now getting them back up to temperature.
That's what I love about West Coast sim racing here, Warren. It's drivers like Amethyst, Darren. It's friends going at it. It's family members. It's all of the above here, and we continue to see. I mean, right now it's out up front. Stone and Slater putting on a show for the race fans. It's our season leader in the points right there. Andrew Bound still stalking and creeping 4th place. Joey Rainey still sits P5. That was a really, really nice race restart, like you said, Warren, as well for Stone. He kind of caught him all sleeping, able to get away from him, but here comes Slater down the inside.
Oh, there he goes. Inside of turn 2. What a crazy move there from Slater. That's a risky spot to do it, but they're still side by side going into turn 3. Let's see what happens here. I think Stone's going to come out on top on this one. Definitely.
That inside line, he's going to be able to retain the race lead, but Slater is still right up in there with them. He's gone to school, says, all right, that turn might not work there, but I might try it inside next time by.
Absolutely, Sean. You're still seeing these guys file back, single file all the way. Nothing crazy so far through this section. I'm going to hand it back to you just for a second.
All good, Mr. Warren Johnson. We'll go back up here to the race lead just briefly, where it's still Stone, Slater, Nico, and Andrew Bound here. Remember, we did see this in the first half, the first stint of the race. Stone, Slater, and Nico did work their way out to the race lead, but it wasn't until they did started to do battle that Andrew Bound and even Joey Rainey started to join that battle. We're going to start to look single file once again down our front straightaway. It's 28 minutes down, out of 45 minutes. I'll throw on the track map here. As we start to, we still got blankets over this battle for the race lead. Let's see if Slater has learned anything with him. No, he's going to back out of it. He's going to keep P2. He's going to live to fight another day. And as I mentioned, here comes Andrew Bound and Joey Rainey.
Andrew Bound put the Peppa Pig livery back on, and I'm not sure if that was for a good luck or something. I know he had the wieners on his car last time, and maybe that wasn't the best move for him. But he's back with the pig on there. And we're going to see if he's going to be able to get into that top 3. But the Colby bros are just looking on fire tonight. They have just held it together quite well, especially side-to-side battling. They've been able to hold it together. And a lot of drivers aren't going to be able to go side-by-side for an entire lap or on some of the most difficult turns on that track. And these guys are able to week in and week out. So this is great battling from our top 3. Stone still in the lead, Slater P2, Nico P3, Andrews looking to pounce on any mistake from these 3 drivers. That's what they're looking for. As we have Darren Colby in a battle with Amethyst and Dylan Bass. They're still battling it out back there for 6th, 7th, 8th spot. There you go, Nico. There's your 6-7 joke of the day. And who's that back there? Is that Brandon Birch in P10? He's had quite the
Yeah.
comeback. I think he was down at the bottom at some point, down there in like 16th or something off the start, and he's gained another few spots here on the restart. He's fighting his way back up into that top 10.
Well said there, Warren. And if you're just now joining us, we'll take a look at this original race start. And I mean, look at Brandon Birch up here. He started up in that front row. He's got the inside line here. That's Stone out up on the outside. And this is heading into that turns 1 and 2, especially after a standing start. Instead of rolling, trying to slow him down here a little bit into turns 2. It gets pretty tight pretty quick there as Brandon Birch retains the race lead for the time being.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see him still in that front top 3, top 4. Oh, yeah, there's the start again with Marvin getting into that dirt. Similar incident with Dylan and Darren there. Maybe less consequence for those two. Oh, we got a little bit of side-by-side action. Who's that? Andrew bound on Nico Colby. Andrew's going way inside. I don't know if this is going to work. He got it done somehow. He got it done somehow. Nico ain't going to let this slide for too much longer, though. But he definitely chose to make his move there. Andrew Bound pounced on Nico, and I don't know what happened there. Was Nico just sleeping? Did he get loose? We'll have to see. But that puts Joseph Rainey back in this race as well. And who's behind them? Jake Steckler back to P6. What a drive from him tonight after getting that after we just saw that replay of him spinning on lap 1. He's back up to P6, Sean. That is quite impressive to me. And I think he's on for a good finish tonight.
I love the competition caution so much, and I love to see the grass and gravel rooster tail out of these machines. We're starting to see it more and more out of these more recent laps here, and that's how you can start to tell that these drivers are starting to push it for each and every single thing that they have. Right now, as we go back to the start-finish stretch, here's a really quick look at how Andrew Bound got that pass over Nico.
Nico just must have had a bad exit out of the final turn. That's the only thing I can see happening there. Joey's looking to pounce on that.
Yeah, he was wanting it.
Mistake. He wanted it right there, but he filed back in. I think he kind of realized what was going to happen there. And I'd really like to see what happened on that final turn with Nico. He must have just gotten loose or maybe possibly made contact with that outside wall. That'll really slow you down going on the straight. Yeah, let's back it up here. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he might get in the wall a little bit. Let's see. I think he's going to tag the wall.
Smacked it.
Yep, tag the wall.
Good
Exactly.
eyeballs
Yep,
there,
and
Warren.
that's gonna slow you down way. Nico defending the hell out of that position, and I think that's okay. I think he's able to do that. He knew that was gonna happen. He's defending the inside. Totally okay there. He's gonna fall back 2 seconds behind his older brother Slater. Slater got around Stone, it looks like, too, for the lead. But these two have been going back and forth all night long, so I think it's just going to continue to be that way.
As we continue to crest our way closer and closer to the white and flag lap, about 4 to 5/10 of a second here, now that we have just a brief, actually we don't have a brief moment, as Brandon Birch now starts to look down the inside of, I think that's the number 47 of Darren Colby. Here comes Brandon Birch. We've seen this time again between these two drivers. Let's see what happens in 1 and 2. Brandon, he's got the inside. Let's see, got to slow it back down there though.
Perfect execution from Brandon Birch there. That was great racing from him. A great show. Look, he's up to P7. I told you, him and Jake are on one tonight. This is a great showing from those two drivers. He's got a long way to go to catch up Jake, though. He's got about 6 seconds to make up. We're going to see if he can do that. Maybe Darren can bump draft him a little bit. And there's not many opportunities for that here, but we're going to see if they can make their way back up to the top 5.
Make our way back up to the battle for the race lead. Warren, what? I don't know here. If you're Stone, how hard are you trying to push to make this pass happen, or are you still trying to save something in that memory bank as we now have 10 minutes left to go here from Oran Park?
If I'm Stone right now, I'm wanting to work together with Slater to get away from Andrew. That has to be what you're doing. You have to bump draft down this straight. You have to get in the draft the entire lap. and just walk away from Andrew Bound, because
Whoa!
you know Andrew's gonna go, oh, he's not taking my advice. He made a crazy move down to turn 2. Oh my goodness, what a send from Stone. But look, exactly what I was saying. It brings Andrew back right into this top 3. He was about a second back, and Slater's gonna go back down the inside of the hairpin. What is going on tonight, Sean?
Man,
What a
we're
move.
leaning on each other, Warren. We got the elbows out, and I think Andrew Bound is now in position to possibly steal one away from the Goldsters.
He's on the inside of Stone there, but Nico, look at Nico's brought him right back. He was about a second and a half back. He's right back in this battle. So is Joey. So is Jake Steckler in P6. He is right there. This could go anyway. This race could end anyway. Any one of these top 6 drivers could pull away a win here. And we're gonna see what happens next. Jake's just got to get a little bit more space to Joseph there, as they kind of spread out a little bit. I think they're kind of easing off now. They're taking a breath. Let's gather ourselves here. Don't hit that inside wall. Ooh, a little tag from Jake, but he gets out of there just fine. But let's see. They're gonna regroup here and see what if there's gonna be any move. I don't think so. There's a little bit too much gap in between them now. I would just I would bide my time if I were them. They still got about 9 minutes left remaining in this race, 8.5 minutes or so. They have a few more laps to kind of see where they're going to make their move. Like you say, they're going to study a little bit. They're going to school. Where are they going to make the move? They're watching for mistakes from any of these drivers. That they're definitely thinking about it. But I don't know. We're going to see. I think it's going to cool down here for the next couple of laps, and then the final 3 laps I think are just going to be absolutely wild, John.
That's I'm right there with you, Warren. You got to kind of regroup, rearm. You got to kind of regroup yourself. I'm not even talking mentally, but I think it's as important to kind of calm yourself down physically as well. Kind of release the tension. Don't be all tensed up here as we continue to do battle just tenths of a second apart. There's about, what are we working, 37 out of 45 minutes as we continue to crest closer and closer to that white and checkered flag. It's the battles do start to get, the gaps do start to get just a little bit closer between all of these top 6 drivers. Here comes Stone down the inside.
Stone is just working this turn 1 and turn 2 with his brother. I can't believe they're doing this lap after lap. This is crazy. A little bit wide for Slater. That's going to bring Andrew Bound right into this bat. Oh, he slots back in. Not the best exit from Andrew Bound. We're going to see they're fanning out a little bit, seeing what's going to happen after this little hairpin here. They're right back to it, right back to staying in line. These guys are, they're not taking it easy like I thought they would. They are going at it. This has got to be so nerve-wracking. My heart is racing, and it would be racing even more if I was one of them in this top 6 battle. It's really a top 6 battle here. Any one of these top 6 drivers could get there.
Hey, all I'm saying, we really haven't seen any really too much contact here just yet as they all get way. Holy crap. It slowed Stone down enough. He gets a shot from his twin. Slater. That's really been the only contact we've seen here just yet, but it's been leaning on each other here quite a bit. But Warren, we have seen some elbows out. We're gonna start to throw them out even wider. We start to approach just 6 minutes to go.
Absolutely. Brandon Birch is making his way back up there too. He's only 7 seconds back from the lead.
Whoa,
we're gonna stick here with us.
Slater!
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh, and Andrew Bound sending it too, side by side, and Andrew and Stone side by side into turn 3 now. Stone's not going to let that happen. Andrew thinks better of it. These guys, every turn 2 is they're going for a pass. I think they're just totally not doing what I was saying. They're going for it tonight. Oh, there's a big snap oversteer from Slater. He's able to hold on to Stone. Stone is going to get around him there, but oh man, what a battle we have for the lead. This is good television right here, folks, let me tell you. And you only get it in the West Coast Sim Racing League.
God, that was crazy coming down off of the bridge section. Stone Colby, he's able to kind of get back up to the race lead after that immaculate save of that snap oversteer from Slater Colby. It's Andrew Bound, our points leader, back to P3 after Andrew Bound. He gets a little loose on corner exit. Here comes Nico Colby.
Watch this. We have to keep our eyes on this. I wonder if Slater's going to make a move again too. I think he's a little too far back, but we're going side by side with Nico and Andrew. Joseph is just right there waiting for these two to make a mistake. Andrew's going to run wide. Oh, yeah, Nico took P3 right back from Andrew. He's been waiting to make that move all night, and he finally gets it done. Triple Colby action back again.
He finally made it happen here once again in turn 2, kind of our only passing zone that we've seen here tonight. But did Nico Colby make the pass early, too early, excuse me, as we still do have 4.5 minutes left to go. You got to go, 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 but you're starting to run out of time here as well.
Yeah, they got about 4 minutes left, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left here in this race. That's about enough for 2.5, I think probably 3 laps. About two laps remaining here in this race. And we're going to see some crazy action. This is just undying action here all night long from Oran Park. I'm just so surprised, and I'm actually very, very happy with the racing I'm seeing right now. There's not been anything too crazy. There's been a couple incidents. That's just going to happen in races, you know, especially here. But what a great showing of pace from all these drivers tonight, and racecraft has improved all around. I think from the last couple sessions, it's been a little wonky with the racecraft, but tonight they're cleaning up on a very difficult track to race on.
Really well said there, Warren. Driver league owner up here in the booth with us. Sean Stam, Warren Johnson, coming at you live from the virtual Oran Park Raceway. It's race 4 from this West Coast Sim Racing GR86 series, and it's twins going at it for the race lead. It's their little bro right there behind him, P3, and then it's our points leader, P4, Joey Rainey in P5. Hey, Joey Rainey finished in P2 last week from Barber. Andrew Bound coming away with the race win. They're still running nose to tail. It's not the first time that they've done it. Only 3 minutes left to go if my math is math, and that should be about 2 to 3 laps left, depending on when Stone and Slater get to that start-finish line.
And what an exciting final few laps it's going to be here tonight, Sean. I'm shaking in my boots with excitement here for these last couple laps, as we're going to see how this race ends, and it's kind of spread out here. Andrew's fallen back a little bit from Nico. I think they're now as they're starting to calm down again, kind of bide their time. I wonder how long that's going to last, though, because these twins, any one of them can make a move into that turn 1. Not going to do it this time. Trying to get in that draft, just get a little closer to make it a much safer thing. I hope that there's no any of these drivers taking each other out at this stage. I really hope they're able to keep it together. I think they will. We know the skill level of these drivers. If anyone's going to do it cleanly, it's going to be them. So let's keep watching and see what happens here. Ooh, a little sliding action there from Stone. That's easy to do on that turn, as these tires are taking a beating by now. You're going to start to see a little bit of slide, a little bit of extra sliding going on. This track is very, very high-speed turns. It's miserable on the front tires, and we're going to see who's able to handle that tire degradation the best.
Especially in these closing last laps, when you're going to want that, every tiny little bit of grip available to you in that Toyota GR86 machine. We'll hop on board with our P2 driver, Slater Colby. We'll see if Barney the flag man's waving it loud and proud. I'm not seeing a white flag being waved loud and proud. We should be looking at 2 laps to go here.
Absolutely. Slater got so close to that wall. That was absolutely crazy. And I know it's just, these guys know the track. They know the car really well. They know exactly where it's going to go. It almost reminds you of Monaco F1, when those drivers are just so close to every one of those walls. That's just very impressive from these drivers tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you start to get up and stand up right now, or at least sit up in your chair, because we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. It's Stone, Slater, and Nico. Triple Colby action up for grabs as we'll crest our way back and down bridge section. Oh, it's looking like a 4/10 of a second. Yep.
This might be the last lap. I'm not sure. There's 30 seconds left. Nah, they're going to get one more. They're going to get one more lap for sure.
It's going to be tight.
Yeah, this is going to be, it might come down to the line here. Let's see what happens. Are we going to get a race finish here? 10, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. This might be the race win for Stone Colby. No, not going to get there. Not going to get there. One more lap to go.
White
one more
flag
lap to
is
go
out.
here at Oran Park.
Barney the
Absolutely.
Barney the flag man will wave it loud and proud there on right side of your screen. This is what you've come to see here. It's Stone, Slater, Nico battling it out for this win. It's race 4 on the line from virtual Oran Park. Stone's got that 4/10 of a second gap there over Slater, and then Nico still sits there at about 5/10 back. What does Slater do here, Warren? What's he got left in the fuel tank?
We're gonna find out. Joey's trying to make a move on Andrew Bound there, getting in the dirt a little bit. We're going to see these two drivers battling out too. There's battles all the way around as Jake Steckler's just pulled off a little bit back into P6, but he's doing great. Stone and Slater though, where is Slater going to make the move? I don't think he's close enough. He's a half second back. The only place he has now is the final turn. Are we going to see a big dive, or is he going to settle for P2? Let's see, but we're on for triple Colby action right now. Stone, Slater, Nico, the three brothers of the Colby tribe, bringing it down to the wire here for the last turn at Oran Park, round 4, West Coast Sim Racing GR Cup. Stone Colby is going to be your race winner, with brother Slater and Nico rounding out the podium. What a race from the Colby trio and their dad Darren. This is an amazing race for the Colby family, and I'm so happy with these guys racing clean the entire time. You don't get much better than this, folks, at West Coast Sim Racing, as they all slam into the turn 1 wall. They've been avoiding that all day just to go right there for you. But what a race, Sean. Absolutely magical racing tonight.
It was throughout the whole pack. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm sweating up a storm here. What a race from Oran Park is Stone, Slater, Nico, triple Colby action. Make it happen, I do believe, for is it the 3rd time? Woo-wee, what a race. Stick with us here, race fans. We'll get those official race results, as well as those top 3 interviews here in just a few moments' time. Speak of the devil, here we go. Here's our unofficial race results here, Warren.
Stone Colby bringing it home for the win. Slater Colby, twin brother Slater Colby, P2. Little brother Nico down there in P3. Amazing job from those 3 drivers tonight, able to hold on for a sweep of the podium. Andrew Bound, P4. Joey Rainey, P5, rounding out that top 5. That was quite the battle too there between Andrew and Joseph coming down the line, and what a great battle that was. We got Jake Steckler, P6, Brandon Birch, P7, Benjamin Forehand, P8, Darren Colby, the other Colby in this race, P9, Joe Rainey, the old man coming home, P10. That's a great top 10 there, as that is just an extremely talented top 10. And I want to give a shout out to Benjamin Forehand. He's been laying it down recently, and in this whole season he's been rapid. And I think it's only a matter of time before he gets himself up there on the podium or even a race win. I think he's more than capable. A lot of these drivers have improved so much over the seasons that we've had so far. Darren Colby's one of them. We saw him on the podium on Thursday. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets there again. Joe Rainey has been consistent the entire time. Let's see, P11, Dylan Baste, P12, Amethyst Reese, 13, Alexei, 14, Colton Juarez, 15, Andres Profena, 16, Igor Rizhkov, 17, Glenn Bratton, P18, Samuel Donathan, P19, Demetrius Gallegos, and P20, Marvin Samayoa, or Samoya, as you used to say. But no, what a great race tonight it was, and I'm looking forward to these driver interviews with the Colby trio.
Can't wait for it. Appreciate every one of you joining down there live in YouTube land. Moonlight Dancer, the Modeler's Life, Jordan Dopke, Andrew, as well as Blue Crab 9. God, we got a lot of newer names down there chatting us with us in YouTube land, as well as Brandon F0801. We appreciate each and every single one of you from the bottom of our hearts, as well as those sponsors and affiliates at the top right of the screen that allow us to broadcast and cover this West Coast Sim Racing League. Warren, we appreciate all of your hard work behind the scenes, and I'm going to teleport over there in live driver interview room, as he is already there. I believe Warren Johnson has caught up with our race winner. Hey, Warren, I think you've caught up with our race winner down there, man. You got it.
All right. Race winner, Stone Colby. How are you doing tonight, man?
What's going on, Warren?
Oh, man, nothing much. Just watched an absolutely crazy race from you and everyone here tonight. Take us through it. What was your strategy coming in tonight? How were you feeling with the car? Did you like the setup? Take us through it.
Yeah, I liked the car a lot. I thought the setup was pretty good. If you overcook the rear tires, it felt like an ice rink, but other than that, it's a very skinny track, so you just got to use every bit of it without trying to get an X. I mean, I think I even finished the race with like 16X or something, with just going off tracks, but no, I mean, it's a very challenging track. It's a lot of fun. It's very hard to pass on, and you can't really gain a whole lot off drafting. But that's kind of why when I was behind Slater, or Slater was behind me, it was like anytime you could get a pass going into turn one, you kind of just sent it. But no, I mean, the car felt good, I felt confident, and ended up working out.
Absolutely. And speaking of turn one, we saw some crazy passes from both of you guys tonight. What was going on there? I kept saying, oh, these guys are going to bide their time. They kind of, I want to see they're learning from each other. Where are they going to make the mistakes? Every time I said that, one of you would send it down the inside on turn 1 and 2, and it just made for some crazy racing. Is that really like kind of the best place to pass on this track, or what was working for you there?
On this track, that's really the only place with room you got, to be honest with you. I mean, turn 1 and maybe turn 2 if you're close enough, but we were just so close in times. I mean, I was just looking at my lap board, and I only pulled 5 laps out of that whole race over a 114 lap time. So
Wow.
it was like, him and I were like super close, so anytime he was close enough or I was close enough, we kind of just had to send it, and then I knew that that was the only really dive spot, so I would always just stay on his outside and go too wide through 1, because then I knew I'd get him in turn 2 again. So, and it just kept happening, and it was a repeat cycle. But no, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I mean, congratulations on your race win tonight. Is that your first race win of the season, or I can't quite remember if you had
No,
another one?
I won race 1.
That's right. Yes, race 1. Well, congratulations on your second win this season, and we look forward to seeing you up there again sometime.
Thanks, Warren.
All right, Stone. Back to you, Sean.
Hey, I got the man down here. It's Slater, the number 25 Toyota GR86. Slater, you got yourself the copy, man.
I'm here.
Well, I sound a little bit dejected, but back and forth. Wait for it one more time. Back and forth here tonight with your twin brother Stone. Slater, what was it like going? I mean, it's a lot that we've seen here. It's not the first time we've seen it. It was a lot of fun to watch, especially it's a lot. It's real reminiscent to y'all's real life racing as well.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't know how it looked on the broadcast, but it felt like a freaking dogfight when we were behind the wheel. At least it was a lot. Like Stone said, we were all running very similar times, very close to each other, so it was just like the smallest little slip and you were right back in it. And yeah, it was a tough one, because really the only passing spots are 1 and 2, and I kept going dive bombing on Stone in 1, but he just rarely outside next to me, and then you have the inside on 2, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't working, and so I did a couple of dive bombs in 2 on him, and that worked. And then I made a mistake. He got back around me, and so I kind of had to use the side of my car to its advantage in turn 1, and kind of had to, when I dive bombed him, push him out wide and make it stick. And the problem was, if we fought too much, Andrew was just gonna capitalize on both of us and take us both. So honestly, very good race, a lot of fun. Track's super narrow. I'm glad the Colby trio could happen again, and yeah.
Congratulations, Slater. Colby trio rewriting the iRacing history books here. Before we let you get going, who we shouting out to makes it all possible for you, man?
You for broadcasting, of course. Warren for putting on a great league. Vehicle buyers for stock vehicles. All friends and family at home watching. Yeah, that's about it.
Appreciate it, Slater. It's twins leaning on each other here tonight for 1 and 2, and then their little bro Nico comes home P3, where I believe Nico is caught up with our league owner. It's Warren Johnson and Nico. We both got yourself a copy.
Yeah, we're here, Sean. Nico, take us through it, man. Congrats on your P3 as you kind of complete the triple Colby podium here tonight, battling with Andrew Bound. Take us through it.
Yeah, no, just the first couple minutes of the race, I was just trying to get a pretty good gap, all 4 of us, until Birch spun. But after that, all the 3 of us got a pretty good gap until a restart, and then just fighting from then on, and just got another gap at the end of the race that finished out good.
Yeah, we saw that spin from Brandon. Unfortunately, I was hoping for a good result from him, but he came back into the top 10, and with Jake Steckler, because I know Jake and Marvin kind of got into it on turn 1 of the first lap, and so it was good to see them make up all those spots back. But yeah, so your battle with Andrew Bound, was the racecraft kind of better? I know the last few races, not necessarily from Andrew or yourself, but overall, did you see kind of the racecraft improving through the whole group?
Yeah, racecraft is definitely improving, at least up front for us.
Yeah, it was definitely on display tonight for sure. And I'm gonna ask Stone first if he's still there. I forgot to ask him who he wanted to dedicate this win to and who he wants to thank tonight if he's still there.
Oh, just Sean for putting on a great broadcast, you for co-hosting it, Warren, and then you for putting on a great league and vehicle buyers, overstock vehicles, and all my friends and family that watch every week.
Thank you,
Awesome,
Stone.
thank you there. Absolutely. And Nico, the same question to you. Who'd you like to shout out tonight? Who do you thank for your top
You and
3?
Sean always, for you sometimes hopping in the broadcast and running Great Legs. Sean for always broadcasting these. Everyone that watches, everyone that races with us, and shout out Jeremy Fletcher for coaching me. These last couple of days got me pretty quick.
Absolutely. Yeah, we saw Jeremy coach your dad up to that that podium finish on Thursday, and he is a great coach, and I think he's looking for some people to hire him for a coaching spot. So if you're interested in that, hit him up on the old Discord or Instagram. I'm sure he could help you there, as he helped Nico Colby get a P3 tonight. Anyway, Sean, it was a great race. I'll let you close it out, and we'll see you on Thursday, or on Friday for Road America GT4.
All right, we appreciate it, everybody. Make sure you don't eat too much food here coming up this Thursday. Happy early holidays, and that's everybody. I think you guys might actually have V-Speed on Friday. I'm going on a little vacation, but I'll be back here in about a week's time on Stam Studio Network, or maybe a little bit more than. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart, each and every single one of you, once again down in YouTube land. The Real Modeler's Life. Andrew's still staying out here with us. Dylan-based Moonlight Dancer saying thanks for streaming. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving for those of you that's here in the States, and we appreciate each and every single one of you once again. Have a great rest of your night. Until next time.